Hello, 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 and welcome to Thando's Parlor. Another day, another dollar. I am back with another video, and today this video is entitled Hot Girls Are Responsible. Let me come to you and appeal to you as an older sister, a motherly figure, a friend, another girl, just to talk about why it is that I want to encourage more and more women to find personal power and find their autonomy, just because it's something that I have noticed lacking in certain people in my environment, and it's something that I've seen everywhere online or whatnot. And if this is something that you don't need to hear, then click off, find another one of my videos, or just go to another video altogether. But if you feel that you might get something out of this, then please enjoy the rest of it. I am an escapist. Um, I've always been uncomfortable with having a human body. I know that sounds like super deep and super random to say just casually like this, but it's true. Ever since I was a child, I just felt like having a human body was just so annoying and just inefficient. Like, who designed this? I mean, I know Christians right now are like questioning God. I'm not really. It doesn't really matter because what is. I already am a human. I already have a body, but that's the way that I have thought about things as an air sign. Is like, I like the mind. I like being in my head. And so, and I'm sure part of that is trauma related. Part of that is just I'm an air sign. Um, but I have always been a big escapist. And escapism isn't just you taking drugs or, you mindlessly watching TV or mindlessly scrolling. Escapism can be not wanting to live your life. If you are finding yourself wanting to escape to the extent where you don't want to open mail that comes for you, you don't want to book appointments for yourself, uh, appointments that you need to, appointments with an accountant, your appointment with your doctor. If you are consistently running behind on life admin and feeling like you're constantly chasing your tail, but also you can recognize that you spend so much time and you have spent so much time procrastinating while knowing and while wanting to do the thing, but you've just consistently in a cycle. I want you to consider that maybe you're trying to escape from living because of trauma, because the world honestly sucks. Like, what is capitalism? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, I know that things suck and the way that they are, but you still need to care about money management. You still need to consistently pull yourself up and realize when you've started mindlessly spending, realize that you're getting in a hole financially. When you realize that, like, you're spending all of this money on things that you don't need, and yet you really want to go travel to see your aunt who lives in another country and she's actually getting old and could die any day. So it's like, where do your priorities lie then when you are allowing yourself to do things that feel good in the moment, like watching TV when you know you could just sit down and budget? And this is not to say I'm perfect. I am someone who's completely dynamic, and I sometimes take steps back to take steps forward. Like, it is what it is. But these are things that I know, and these are the things that bring me back into the space of correcting my behavior when I notice that it's going a bit sideways, right? One thing I really want to talk about on my channel, super, super random, is superannuation if you're in Australia. If you're in America, I don't remember the exact term that matches super, but it's basically your Roth IRA sort of situation. It is the money that you put in a retirement account, right? Or it's a retirement account. In Australia, employers are required to put in a certain percentage of the wage that that they are paying you, whether that's weekly, fortnightly, or monthly, whatever it is that you get. For example, most people get paid fortnightly. That fortnightly pay, each pay cycle, they will take a certain percentage. I believe at the moment we're either at 11 or 12% employer contribution. And you can, I mean, obviously the government has done that because people aren't going to be actively, not everyone is going to be actively future planning. And so they're trying to safeguard you and themselves and the burden on themselves by making employers do this. And while it's great to just let that be the case, if you have extra money, I want you to consider, instead of like continually buying things that you enjoy in the material and being this like hole or chasm of want and wanting things in the physical right here, right now, and there's no waiting, I want you to consider, what if you put out of that same wage $20 every fortnight of your own money in your like as a voluntary contribution. Super contributions are something that you can organize with an employer, so you can tell them, I want to contribute extra than you're contributing, and you just tell them what it is. I've done that since I was 22, and it's because I'm not a good saver. Actually, I know I'm terrible at it. I will save really well for a bit and then spend it all and then do it again. But that money is money I can't touch, and I know that, and I love that, and that's why I put more money in there, because I know even if I wanted to, I'm not going to. And if I want, I mean, you could, but it's rigorous and it's not going to be easy and it's not really worth it. I remember during COVID, a bunch of people in Australia decided to take out their super because the rules were relaxed because people were struggling. And while I heard of so many people that genuinely needed to access some money during COVID, I also heard of many people that thought they could game the system. They were like, oh, so you're saying that I can access this money early, this free money that I just saved for ages? Perfect, done. I'm going to empty out 20K out of my 100K. You have saved 100K towards your retirement, and going from 100K to a million doesn't take that long with compound interest. If you know anything about personal finance, or at least indulge in learning about financial literacy. So you take 20 grand out of 100 grand, and now you've got to replenish that money because it's not free money. It was always your money. I mean, you might have earned bits and pieces of free money along the way through the compound interest, but you've essentially, to yourself, like you've actually stabbed in the back your future self. You said, you don't need that money. I need that money. I don't need that money, but I want that money. You need that money, but I want that money. So I win. I think when you're thinking about self care, a lot of the times as women, we'll talk about things that are beauty related, doing your self care routines, like your skincare routines, or we could talk about, going on hot girl walks, or drinking your water. All of those really, really super good for you, super healthy for the mind, body, and soul. But like self care can be making sure that you're doing things towards your future self and your future self's health and well-being. For example, getting private health insurance is a really, really good way of taking care of yourself. And then utilizing it, of course, you know, making sure that you're actually using it. I've definitely gotten health insurance and then spent a whole year not utilizing anything on there. What the hell was I doing? Stupid waste of money, right? But at the same time, having health insurance really saved me when last year I tore both ligaments in my left knee, and I'm still awaiting. I'm probably going to need surgery at this stage. But in Australia, depending on the state, I know Queensland don't do this, but if you get an ambulance and you don't have private health insurance, you will be given a bill. And the bill that came to me was about 1.3, 1.4K. And that's money that I would have had to just conjure all of a sudden because it was an emergency. The way that that can set you back because you didn't want to do the annoying task of doing your research to pick a health insurance provider that suits you based on finances, based on what the cover actually is. You didn't want to do that boring, annoying task. And so now you've gotten injured by accident. And now you have to pay 1.4K amongst, I mean, if it's in my case, it's 3 months later and it's not good. I have to go to so many appointments. I have to Uber most places because I can't walk too far without being in physical pain. I would have had to pay for all of those things as well on top of that ambulance bill. Like, I think as much as I encourage women to do like cute little solo date nights with themselves or like go out and do a picnic or something like that, it's just as important to do like little cute date nights where you pour some wine, get some candles going, get some good music going, even put a movie in the background if that's what makes you happy, and then do the hard, annoying tasks. I always wait for a day that I have energy during the week, and I try and at least do it once or twice a week. The day I have energy, I'll try and do as many life admin things back to back because I don't like doing it sporadically. And it's just, well, it depends on like how, like where my mood is at. Like if I'm generally doing well mentally, then I probably will just do it as it comes in. Sometimes if I'm not in a good place mentally, then I will bank it up a little bit and wait for a day in that fog where I actually feel good, and I'll just like get it all done. Call that doctor and ask them to send the receipt to this person. Make sure that I haven't missed any emails for any of the important things. Life admin can be your best friend. Preparing for things that may be inevitable because life is random and anything can happen to you at any time. But there's certain things that we know for sure will happen or for sure can happen, and utilizing whatever resources are at your disposal to not get yourself in a hole mentally, emotionally, or physically is a really, really good asset as a person. And it's something that you should strive for. It's something that us girlies should strive for. As important, if not more important, than any of the other more physical things that we like to focus on. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I've got a massive headache, so I'm going to go take some Panadol and relax now. I've been talking all day. I've been filming. I've exhausted myself just listening to myself. But yeah, maybe I should go nap. Have a fantastic day.